Welcome to the Nightly Rant
with
your
hosts,
Mike.
and Torya.
This is the show where we examine society from a sarcastic point of view.
If you like insane conversations, this is definitely the show for you.
Let's get into today's topic. YPN people, I don't know about you, but I love helping out a friend. That's why I want to shout out my friend Brian Little and his podcast, Your Favorite Blockhead. This is the only show that manages to weave together peanuts and MMA into one heck of an amazing podcast. You can find Your Favorite Blockhead wherever your favorite podcasts reside and at yourfavoriteblockhead.com. Do me a huge favor and listen to Brian's show. You'll be entertained and you'll help out a friend. Now, as I said, let's get into today's topic.
Have you ever noticed how Bree reacts to what someone else does or says?
Who's she? Where the heck even is Bree? She's missing.
Missing in action. That's kind of scary, but you know what I'm talking about? How
Yes.
like you'll say her name and also like you, depending on the tone that you use, she completely reacts differently. That makes sense. That makes sense. But then there's other times where you say it the same way every single time, and she reacts differently every single time. That makes no sense.
Like she gets self-conscious or some shit like that.
It's really weird. It's really, really weird. And she's like super smart on some things.
Like what?
Not super smart on other things. Well, like it's very, 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 very difficult to fool her and hide her toy for a very long period of time. And if you're being fair, 90% of it is the human waiting it out for the dog. The dog figures it out like within the first 25 seconds, and then you sit there and you make the dog wait.
Well, just like she hasn't gotten her carrot back.
Exactly.
Even though she knows where it is.
And that's the point. Like they figure it out so quickly. She's so smart. And there's been times you stuck it inside of the pillow and zipped the case shut.
Twice.
And she found it.
It takes her the longest to find those ones because it's completely encased and she can inspect the whole thing. She doesn't understand how it can go inside of something else.
Yeah, she doesn't comprehend how it got there. Because there's no...
But she always knows where it is.
She doesn't have a way to get in there herself. We have to help her by opening the zipper.
Right. And I think she thinks it's kind of mean. Why do they keep sniffing the fireplace today?
I don't know, and it's sort of bothering me. The two hounds have been sniffing our fireplace all day, and we had some rain, so you never know what little critter raccoon man might be.
It's not his name.
I don't know what his name is.
Stompee, the trash panda.
Well, we'll get to him in a little bit, but maybe the panda is up there. You never
Stumps,
know.
is that you? Trash panda
But
man?
he's definitely not on the inside, though. That's the thing, because there's this little tiny vent thing up there. He would never make it.
Yeah.
But that's probably why they make it like that, too, huh? To keep varmint out like that.
Yes, it's to keep the endangered swallows from nesting in your chimney and causing you 3 weeks of headache.
Huh. Interesting. That's a very specific reason.
Do you want to hear the story?
That was a very, 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 very specific reason, and I suspect there's a story. And you know what? I suspected that before you said, do you want to hear the story? So to answer your question about whether I want to hear your story or not, I don't think I want to hear your story.
Good.
I'm kidding. I want to hear your story.
Okay. So there's these endangered swallows in Louisville.
In Kentucky. Okay.
Yeah. And apparently, these assholes are endangered for a reason.
Okay.
First off, birds.
So we are referring to the swallows as assholes. Got it.
Well, I'm going to keep calling them the swallows, but they are assholes. Anyway, birds. Number one most terrifying variant of species. They're more terrifying than mammals. They're way more terrifying than amphibians. Birds. Okay. Anyway, so I get a call from some people. There are birds nesting in the freaking chimney of one of the rental properties.
I see where this is going.
Birds. And the dumbass tenants decided they wanted to light a fire, despite the fact that it says, please do not light a fire on a sign that goes inside the fireplace. Anyway, birds, chimney, nest.
Oh.
Yeah, so the chimney was completely clogged by the birds. P.S. No birds were harmed in the making of this story.
I hope not.
So anyway,
I was going to ask you that question.
they made the whole house really smoky and caused a giant headache. But then, at first I completely missed birds, you know? We hired a chimney sweep. He came and he's like, I can't touch that chimney. Those bitches are endangered.
Oh.
Endangered birds. And then I call the people who can touch endangered animals and take them back to where they should be. And he says, they're in their natural habitat. I can't remove those birds for you. And he's like, he also said, and you're not allowed to kill them.
Wow.
Or harm them in any way. Or you could go to jail. Endangered birds. In the chimney. So one day, the handyman just went over there, and the birds had left, and he was like, yeah, I'm putting this screen on here right now. And he put a little screen at the top. And I'm assuming that's what this has. It has the hat, and then underneath the hat, it has a screen.
It has a screen, yep. And that's how Yum Yum the panda stays out.
His name's not Yum Yum the panda.
Well,
it's Stumpy the trash panda.
Well, why don't you tell us who the hell Stumpy the Yum Yum trash panda ding dong is?
You're a bad person. So, this one day, months and months ago,
I've been told.
We were wandering out to the trash, and all of a sudden, I hear this, like, I don't know, a commotion above our heads?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a commotion? Is that what you would describe it as?
Yeah.
It sounded like a bird. Let's be real here. It sounded like a bird was coming to attack me. I looked up envisioning a chicken. No, there was the cutest little raccoon in the tree. And he was like staring at us, and I was staring at him, and he was staring at us. And then it was like the ultimate rage showdown.
That particular time, he wouldn't keep his eyes off of us. He watched every single move we made. He kept an eye on both dogs. That thing was amazing how much it could keep an eye on things.
Well, yeah. And then he, as soon as we walked around the corner, he was like, I'm out. I am out of here. And he scurried on up, and I think he went up onto the roof and then down on another tree.
Yep.
Then anyway, we were coming home from the gym the other morning. There he is. I'm assuming it was the same one, because there can only be one raccoon in all of California.
Of course. There's only one.
And there he is, like, wandering along the wall.
We're not in all of California. We're only in one place.
He's the only panda in California.
Maybe.
Anyway.
Maybe not. Maybe he's the only panda in our part of California.
Whatever.
It's more believable.
You must be right. Anyway, he's there. He's like cruising across the top of the wall between us and the trailer park. And he only had 3 feet. He had 4 legs.
On his one
3
leg.
feet.
You know what was interesting? I don't know if you noticed this, but his one leg that didn't have a foot was thicker than the other legs. Yep. He was thicker.
Probably because that's where all his body fat goes now, because that leg's not lean from running along walls.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway, so there.
Poor guy. I'm
Stumpy.
thinking of you in a positive way.
And also.
And she puts you in a negative light.
No, fat for raccoons is a good thing. It means they get lots of snacks. Anyway, there he is, missing a foot. So I called him Stumpy. And then I was like, just Stumpy sounds dumb. He could be anything with missing a foot. So, Stumpy the trash panda. And he's super cute.
Because he was digging in the trash. He's got his little Ronald McDonald's Hamburglar mask on his face. It's so cute. He is the stereotypical raccoon. Stereotypical.
Trash panda.
It is just amazing to see. He blows my mind.
And we were so excited that we watched him cruise all the way down the wall. And then he came down off the wall and cruised across the driveway. And I'm glad there was no cars. And then he went to the trash.
He's really obsessed with the trash.
He went from the trashler park behind us to the trash dumpster in our apartment building.
I suppose that's why you call him the trash panda, because he likes trash so much.
All raccoons are trash pandas.
Why? Because they dig in the trash?
Yeah. And they collect trash.
Yeah, I thought you were the intelligent one making it up.
No.
You stole it from somebody else.
I did. Specifically a Facebook meme depicting what things should have been called. Like snakes should have been called danger noodles.
That's not a bad one.
So if we ever, that green snake we saw when we went to the Libertarian Convention, Greenie, the danger noodle.
Yeah, remember him out there? I forgot all about him.
Yeah.
He was on the sidewalk, little garden snake.
It was terrifying. I thought I was going to lose a toe.
He was like, 4 inches long. He was a little tiny guy.
I am slightly less afraid of snakes than birds, but they're on the list.
I don't know. I can see why you'd be afraid of snakes, because snakes are kind of
Slithery.
different. They're very different.
They have scales, and that's
They're not
gross.
what you're used to. But snakes are pretty nice once you get used to them.
Bullshit.
They are.
You know when it's so cute and they like lay themselves next to you and people think they're cuddling? No, those fuckers are measuring you to see if they can swallow you entirely or not. And they're going to start at your feet while you're sleeping. And the next thing you know, you're going to wake up and there's going to be some fangs right at your neck. Then you're going to die.
Only because someone would be stupid enough to sleep with a snake.
It happens.
But that person deserves that. You know, what is it? Survival of the fittest? I mean...
What if you live in the Amazon and the snake is just like, fuck this window, punches it out with his boa constrictor tail,
who chose to live in the Amazon?
Comes into your bedroom and starts eating you from the toes up.
Who chose to live in the damn Amazon?
People who can't afford not to live in the Amazon where they were born.
Well, then they're going to have
Not everyone can
anti-snake
live in
alarms.
Southern California.
Then they're going to have anti-snake alarms.
Yeah, because those bitches would break a window.
Anti-snake alarms. Giant razor blades come down and chop the snake into little pieces.
Slice and dice. And then you can have snake sushi.
Then you have snake sushi. I don't know. I think that, like with anything else, we play on the person's fear here. We play on their fear.
Danger noodle.
Yeah. Stuff like that. And that's what's funny about it. Why are all snakes a danger anything? Snakes aren't dangerous.
But if you're going to call the item itself a danger noodle, like all one word, danger noodle, then all of them have to be danger noodles because danger noodle is now the replacement for snake.
You know I get that, right?
Well, I know you get it now because I just explained it so
I already
freaking
got
well.
it before, but you didn't even bother to answer my question.
I didn't say snakes have to be a danger anything.
That's in their name. If you name them that, you giant goober.
No. Also, if you expect everything to be an anaconda, when your anaconda don't, you are not going to be less safe.
I can't believe you went there.
I had to.
I don't even believe you went there.
Anaconda.
That was crazy.
Anaconda the danger noodle comes along and you're like, oh, I'm dead. Greenie, the danger noodle, comes along and you're like, well, I could be dead. Bye. You know, like, why would you take that risk? It's like jumping out of a perfectly good airplane.
I see the logic there. I mean, I do.
It's flawless.
It's not flawless, but I do see the logic there. I do see it. I could make the case that you're making. But I could also make the case that you're a lunatic and that way is wrong.
And then you'd be wrong.
No, I'd probably
for the
be
umpteenth
right.
time today.
Probably be right. All those other times that I was wrong, I was right.
Shaka-taka-taka-taka.
That's right.
You were noteth.
Yes,
Correcteth.
I was.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what any of the other weird animal names were.
Weird animal names? Oh, like a danger noodle?
Yeah.
Well, you'll have to look those up for a future episode because
Deal.
I'm ready to kick the can down the road. And, I got to say something though really quick. We are in the getting close to or past already, I can't remember, the 400th episodes. 400 episodes, people. And, I'll be the first to admit that some in the beginning were pretty crappy, but there was a lot of good ones early on. Some of the classic ones were like in the first 100. Seriously. Like trash bag basketball.
Basketball.
Bingo.
That guy was such an oaf. Anyway.
But that's, that was there. That was what we did that. And we own it. And some of it was really funny. Some of it wasn't. But we've gotten better. And I'm telling you, now is the time to think about offering these people some kind of, I don't know, extra premium service off to the side. You never know what it might be. But we'll talk about that as the time comes. We got plenty of time to discuss that. So anyway, I'm tired.
Well,
Yogi's
you're tired. Go sleep with Yogi. He already went to bed. Good night, everyone.
Hasta la bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Nightly Rant.
If you enjoyed the show, please give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts or Google Play.
If you didn't enjoy the show, please just ignore that previous request for a rating.
This has been a Yogi's Podcast Network production.